It's believed, the jury is still out on this, but it is believed that Trump is planning to pull out of the deal on May 12th, which is a really interesting date when you consider the timing, just 2 days before May 14th, which I want to talk about in a moment, and that is the rebirth day celebration, 70 years, the rebirth of the nation of Israel on May 14th, 1948. That's on May 14th of this year. And it's also, very interesting timing, when the U.S. president will formally move the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. I want to say this is huge, for lack of a better way of saying it, but I need to maybe say it this way, and again, I know this isn't proper English, so don't email me, but this is huger than huge. Is huger a word? We're just going to make it a word, because this is huger than huge. And everything is pointing to this upcoming date of May 14th. That's why they were here. That's why both Germany and France, both of whom vehemently support this nuclear deal, were here in the U.S. You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to persuade Trump to keep the deal, to not get out of the deal. So, just this morning, the newly confirmed Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, a Christian, by the way, we've talked about him prior, met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel. And this after his first stop in, of all places, Saudi Arabia. It's interesting that the very brief visit centered on one thing. You know what that one thing was? The Iran nuclear deal. Pompeo was quoted as saying, and I'm quoting, "We will continue to work with our European allies to fix that deal, but if a deal cannot be reached, the U.S. president has said that he will leave the deal." Headlines only. Listen. Francis Macron visits Trump as Iran nuclear deal hangs in balance. French envoy to Israel. Possibility of war if Iran nuke deal collapses. Trump warns Iran against restarting nuclear program. Israel-Iran exchange threats as war prospects mount. In Iran, Israel spar. Netanyahu says Iran will pay a heavy price. Iranian generals. Israel has nowhere to run. You could write a whole, the article just on the headlines. Iran threatens to annihilate Israel as Hezbollah boasts of reach of rockets. Iran's Revolutionary Guards threaten Israel. Fingers on the trigger, missiles ready for launch. Have a nice afternoon. Head of Iranian Navy threatens to sink U.S. Navy vessels. Analysis. Conflict between Iran and Israel will rest on the fate of, here it is. You ready for it? Wait for it. You know what it is. The Iran nuclear deal.